Dreamers! Episode 67 of Daydream. What's happening, guys? Oh, man! Welcome on back to the Daydreaming. So much has happened. A lot. Too much? No, never too much. Just never. I mean, let's... Alright, guys, so let's see here. What are all the things we need to catch up on right now? First, let's go ahead and catch up on the fact that Retro Friday was a massive hit. Earthbound is an amazing game. I'm so glad that we are going to be on part 3 eventually this week. Part 2 was totally fun. And I'm just calling it in part because that's how I'm segmenting them based on the fact that it's going to take us multiple streams to beat Earthbound. You guys came out in full force. You guys rocked that sub button. I really appreciate that, guys. It's really cool to see the red hats out in the chat. I wish I could give you all of the emotes that I have for just that normal tier. That's something in the future we're working towards, right? Like hitting that level of partnership that allows those kind of things. Because we have a couple more emotes out there. We have a green hat and a gold hat. All of those are intended for the speed runs. I would hope in the future that I can have all those emotes because I have a couple more emotes already created and they are good to go, but I'm only allowed a total of 3, so still waiting, still trying to figure that kind of out. Anyways, you guys are awesome. That's what I'm trying to say. That's really all I'm trying to get across is you guys are awesome, and I really appreciate that. It really helps because it just lets me know the community is going in the right direction with everything and that this will be definitely a sustainable model going forward. Thus, sustainable content for you guys going forward. Go on over to a Saturday where we played Steam Saturdays, right? And I know that Dead Cells had won the vote on Twitter. However, we couldn't play it. I guess there was an update that had happened that had not officially gone through, and thus the alpha itself was just, there was all sorts of, it was a super long error message thing. I was like, and I remember I tweeted at them and everything. They eventually got back to me, not in a convenient enough time that I could have like let everyone know in that regard. I just kind of pivoted, right? We've talked about it before here on the Daydream on knowing when something's going well, but it's not going to go the right way that it was envisioned or whatever, and that we make a pivot so that that idea and everything behind it can succeed, be it a business, be it yourself, be it somebody you support. There's all sorts of different things that we can apply that to. And so that's what we do at the stream. We played the game that got the second highest votes. We played Enter the Gungeon. And man, it was popping that night. I went into a little bit of overtime because we were having so much fun with it. And then the host kept coming. Every time I was saying, okay, this is the last run, a new host came in. And then bam, tons of people. It was super energetic. And then boom, we went for another run. And it was again just off the top of everything. Like I don't know what to say. It was really cool, guys. So I really appreciate you for that. Then rolling into Sundays, we had Speedrun Sundays, right? That's when we're rocking 3 titles. We are rocking Link's Awakening, Contra, and Mega Man 2. So Link's Awakening, we're playing Legacy percent. For those of you who don't know, I like to throw the percent on there. I don't think they even put percent on it, but I like to say it. Anyways, Legacy percent. And what that means is we're playing the American version of Link's Awakening. Because there is the Japanese version as well, which I think you could only play on emulator for the most part. I don't know how it could be acquired easily. And so a lot of people play that one, but they play a different category. So I'm playing the Legacy percent. I'm not doing any major glitches. I'm doing like tiny minimal ones that are insignificant, but they're significant for a speedrun, right? And so, anyways, we PB'd. We were oh my god. So we were so far ahead. I'm getting a lot better at the game and the mechanics and the gameplay where I can, do things well. And we were way ahead. So I was like, well, since we're way ahead, I'm going to try to keep it going even further and even faster than, we originally imagined. Okay, well, with that being said, I threw away all that time. And then I was like, you know what? For some reason, let's just go get the rooster or whatever. Like, I know I guys are trying to practice this thing and do it. Let's just get the rooster and move on, right? Because right, currently my hardest thing is to stay extremely consistent with my long jump. So this long jump, you have to use the sprint boots. And then once you're using the sprint boots, obviously when you execute your jump, you want to make sure it's the closest to the point that you can jump from, but obviously where you don't fall off the edge. So by not falling off the edge, that's going to make a huge difference because that slows us all down again. Da, 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 da. So went and got the rooster, came all the way back up, and thankfully, and I was like, guys, we're going to have to glob the rest of the way. And then we did. The next 4 points that we could time out. Obviously, the final point was the end of the game. We got the perfect boss battle, at least RNG wise, where he was just opening his eyes and we were able to get triple shot, and that was pretty cool. So we glotted so much in that game. We got our sum of best down below 2 hours. We also what else? I mean, it was really good. It was really cool. I currently, like I told you guys, I'm going to wait until we're sub 2 hours before I go ahead and before I go ahead and edit a video and put that speedrun up there and turn the time in. I want to wait for sub 2 hours. I just feel it's totally possible in that game, and that's when we'll turn the time in. Okay. Rolling into Contra, you guys have now noticed I have expanded the categories I play in. You guys have seen Contra, any percent. You guys have seen Contra 2-player, any percent. The Sunday previously, we played Contra, what was it? Japanese, any percent. Following on that next time, Tuesday, we had played Contra Japanese low percent. All right. So now, catch up to this night. We decided to play Contra Japanese, any percent again. Because we got beat, right? After we finally got up to 3rd place, right? We'd barely beaten out Jeremy Arroyo. We then lit a fire under his ass to where he just executed like a boss. He shaved off like 24, 26 seconds off of his time. So he crushed us, right? So I was like, okay, let's see what we can do. Well, we PB'd by 1 second. So we got better. We did better than previously, but it wasn't as good as we thought. We know we have time there that we could easily shave off of it. I don't quite know if it's going to be the full time that he got ahead of us by, but at the same time, we can do better. We can, and so that was pretty cool to see. Okay, then on the 3rd game, we had not PB'd on all 3 games in the same night. It hasn't happened yet until Sunday. We did it. We got sub 31 for Mega Man 2. Currently, sub 31 is good enough for like 26th place. Had I done a couple months ago, it would have been like top 25 time. So our current goal now is to get sub 30, and that will put us in the top 25. And that's what we're working towards on Mega Man 2. And it's doable. We have about 49 seconds worth of time difference between our sum of best and our actual PB. So there's a lot that we could shave off. Again, we had a super hype night. We almost didn't get that final one. I was about to end the stream around just around 1 a.m. and then Mr. Scoot came in with a huge host and just he made it happen. I had like one reset, and then once we went on the second one, I was like, okay, we're just gonna do one full run. Let's give it a go, and we got it. We totally got it. It was so cool. We shaved off 10 seconds? I think it was 10 full seconds we had shaved off, and I was just like, yeah, and that was really cool. And we even glotted on what was really cool about it for me is that one of the levels that we did so great on was actually my nemesis, which is Wily 4. That Wily 4 stage, almost near the end, and it's too do or die in regards to the run. That it could be a run ender, and so it was really cool to glot on it when I thought that was going to be really tough until I try a whole new strategy system for it. So I was pretty happy about that. Rolling over into Monday, we had Mixed Up Mondays. So what I decided to do was play Dead Cells, because now it worked with a new update to make up for the fact that we did not play it on Saturday, excuse me. And so we rock dead cells. I finally beat the incomplete one 3 times on stream. We got further and further. We gotta finally see. I'm trying to think of how to pronounce the correct name of that. Like the floored bait. I'm not gonna even. I'm gonna butcher it. Anyways, we got further in the game. We finally got to a place called the Graveyard. I've never been there, and just learned how hard that game can be, and it's a lot of fun. And I really appreciate you guys bringing up so much hype for it. Even though it happened to be our quietest night of the week, and that makes sense to me. Monday is still really new. I had to start a little bit late that day as well because we've been going to so much overtime. My sleep schedule's been a little bit butchered, and then on Tuesday, last night, we played Time Tuesdays, and we rocked Contra, North American Low Percent for the first time ever, and Mega Man 2. Contra Low Percent North American, we were struggling, right? Because we can't have any power ups on Low Percent. We were just struggle bussing like nobody's business. And then near the end, I kept on just trying. The last 3 runs that we had, so we established time, then we went PB. Then we went PB again. And then we went awesome PB. And it should be good enough for 11th currently in that category. And what's so funny about it is that time, that low percentage time in North American is actually faster than the time that I put in the Japanese low percent. And the Japanese game is about 15 or 16 seconds faster than the North American one, at least just based off of load time, right? I don't know how that quite works because I don't feel it. You know, when I'm playing the game, I don't see that difference, but it is. The evidence is in the pudding, right? And so, so that was really cool. We set a really good time there, and went on to Mega Man 2, and we tried. Our effort was there, but we couldn't. We always had one screw up. There would always be one screw up that would bury us. And there was actually a combo of screw ups on one of the runs where we lost 24 seconds between 2 different levels. Between Woodman and Crashman is where we lost 24 seconds. Well, by the time we were done with the run, we were positive 19 seconds. So those 2 levels alone right there cost us from getting 5 more seconds off of our sum of best. Off of our PB time. Damn. But guys, the Dream Stream was so great this last week. You guys are amazing. I mean, there's been a lot of things as well. I'm sure you guys have seen as the week has gone on with the Instagrams, with the Twitters. Make sure to check out a very, very awesome and inspirational lady named Fit Beauty 21. I will try to put some of the things down in my description below, be it on Twitter, be it on Instagram. Someone that really, and I pay attention to this kind of stuff when I am doing my research for networking with people, is her message, the message that she's trying to get across, and the way she goes about it. And I just think you guys would be like, wow, there's somebody else that, that really embodies what the general's been trying to say and do and help us achieve, right, dreamers? That it's really cool to see somebody else do it, and she's a really positive person. And I think you guys could find someone else that will help inspire you. So if you're like, man, I'm just not feeling what the general's saying today, bam, you go and check her stuff out. You're like, what? Okay, you're right. Let's go. Let's do this. And you're stoked. You're ready to do it. Maybe she says something that's slightly different than I said it, and it clicks for you. That's perfect. That's what I'm trying to do, guys. It's not just going to be me. I'm also going to give you resources to be able to go after what you can do. If that's another person, if that's a site, if that's a book, whatever it may be, I will do my best to try to get you guys going in the right direction. Also, what's going to be nice with this is you guys are going to start to eventually see some more fitness related collaborations. You guys have seen me do some other ones, some entrepreneurial ones where I do that with NLK3. You guys have also seen it where I've done some, fun, creative aspects with Chelsea Beauty, right? You guys have seen some different aspects out there. Well, we got some fitness ones that will be coming out eventually, and Fit Beauty and I will be working on those as time goes on. So I'm looking forward to those, guys, and I hope you are as well. With that being said, dreamers, I will come back tomorrow with another episode of Daydreaming, and we will be looking forward to the future. All right, dreamers, thanks for being here. Right over here is actually one of our PBs. I still haven't decided which one yet, so have fun checking it out. Boop. Thank you for subscribing, and dreamers, keep on dreaming on!